Remember those A through F letter grades the state of Indiana was using to evaluate school performance? Well, they are now a thing of the past. A new approach is beginning that's more like a report card. With more on this change, we welcome Alexandra Appleton, reporter for Chalkbeat, an education news website. Alexandra, thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate your time today and your reporting. And you were in your report that's on the Chalkbeat website. You're talking about how it has changed now to kind of a report card type assessment. Now, a report card sounds a lot like an A through F grade. Explain how this new evaluation is different from what we had before.
Sure, no problem. Well, actually, you won't find an A through F grade on the report card. Instead, you're going to have a series of metrics for things like the third grade literacy test, the state test, as well as chronic absenteeism rates and per student funding. And it's going to show you how the school is doing. And for some of those metrics, it's also going to stack it against other schools serving similar populations, similar grades, things like that. So in that way, you're going to be able to look at more than just one letter grade.
So is it the fact that the metrics have changed, or just the way they're presenting it has changed?
Primarily the way they're presenting it. Okay. A lot of those metrics did inform the A through F grades, particularly the state testing. But now, instead of it being just one grade where it was sort of opaque and hard to tell what was going into it, you're going to be seeing it for yourself.
Okay, walk us through some of the metrics then for like the elementary schools.
Sure. For elementary schools, probably the big one you're going to see is that third grade iRead test, how many of your students are testing proficient, and you'll probably be able to see it against another school in your area. Chronic absenteeism is going to be another one, and that's going to be able to tell you how many students have missed a certain number of days at your school. And what's really interesting, something I've heard from parents and parent advocates, is that some training and education is needed for the average person to know, well, why does this matter? How do I use this information? And things like that.
That is a good point. What kind of feedback have you gotten? Have you heard?
Yeah, I think a lot of groups are intending to do some training with their parents to go over, well, this is what this means, and how would you like to use this information? Would you like to use it to send your child to a different school, or would you like to use it to advocate for some different things to happen at your current school?
Yeah. Okay. Well, what about high schools? How are those metrics changed or show up?
Graduation rate's going to be a big one, as well as the non-waiver graduation rate, which is a little bit different this year because of a law change. And so there might be quite a difference between the graduation rate and the non-waiver graduation rate. That's your kids who couldn't pass one of the graduation pathways and are taking the waiver path instead.
Okay, so school evaluations can be a tricky thing. Now, schools can be very different. You know, some schools have a higher population of at-risk kids or a higher population of special education students. Some other schools may have a bigger donor base where they are able to get some amenities that other schools can't, but it doesn't necessarily mean that those other schools are inferior. Will this new method address any of that?
That's a really great point. Indiana has a Graduates Prepared to Succeed dashboard on the State Department of Education website where that does address some of those populations. But yeah, I don't know that it'll be incorporated into the report cards. That's definitely something that families might want to keep in mind.
Okay. Now, I understand that this is only through 2024, and then I believe the Department of Education has to present a new evaluation to lawmakers. So we may go through a change again. Is that right?
Right. This has been a long time coming. They have been asking for a new system or suggesting a new system that's a little bit more expansive than just an A through F grade for a very long time.
So if they like this, they might keep it.
I think that remains to be seen. Okay. I think it would depend on how useful it is to a lot of people.
Okay. And how can parents access these reports?
They're supposed to be live on your school's website by October 15th, but if you're interested in information ahead of time, you can log on to that dashboard.
Absolutely. Okay, Alexandra, thank you so much. Good information here. We have a link to your full story on our website, tristatehomepage.com. Alexandra Appleton from Chalkbeat, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much.